Yeah. You walking with dreams, but dreams ain't enough. Yeah. This is the land where softness dies and steel gets tough. This is the furnace where the wheat get thinned. Welcome to the journey from boys to Bama men. To Bama men. Listen, you show up wide-eyed, thinking you're strong, thinking Friday night glory gonna carry you long. But this is Tuscaloosa, this is sacred ground, where every false king gets stripped of his crown. You learn quick, time fades when the grind begins, and only the chosen rise from boys to Bama men. Bear Bryant's ghost still walks these halls. Saban's echo still shakes these walls. You feel the weight of every ring, every title, every king. From Nama Swagger to Henry Stride. This is where boys grow into crimson tide. From boys to Bama men, this is the transformation. Plain is the sermon, great is the revelation. If you want the jersey great, you're in the space. Only the chosen rise. From boys to Bama men. It's a tight sports creation. From boys to Bama men. You'll run till your lungs burn holes in your chest. Lift to your arms, refuse to rest. Coaches cuss, teammates push. Every weakness exposed, every fear you hush. But somewhere in the sweat, in the grind, and again you stop being a boy. And a Bama man steps in. You feel the ghosts of legends past, pushing you forward, making you laugh. Their next fury, Teague's chased down. Langham's locked down Henry's crown. This is the standard, heaviest sin, but that's the price to becoming a Bama man. And when the lights hit, when the crowd roars loud, when you stand on the field in front of the crowd, you feel the truth rising deep within. You didn't just join Bama, you became a Bama man. This is a tight sports creation. Boys to Bama men. From boys to Bama men. For transformation. Pain is the sermon. Pain is the revelation. If you want the jersey. If you want the jersey. Only the chosen. Only the chosen. Tight sports creation. From boys to Bama men. Rise through the fire. Break every limit. Climb higher and higher. This is the gospel of the crimson den. Only the chosen rise. Rise, Bama men. Bama men. Bama men. Bama men. Bama men. Bama men.
And welcome back to Tight Sports. Welcome back to Tight Sports. We got to get into another one of these recruits. Oh man, what I do normally is I watch, like, I do all my recording and all that stuff, and I put it all together. And I watch 5 or 10 plays. I'm not gonna cheat. I gotta get like a feel of what I'm working with here. What I just saw here, I'm looking for the next Lafayette Brooks. I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking for. Did I find him? I don't know. You be the judge. But I'm telling you, I saw some things here, some indicators. I know I got to check the stats and all that stuff, but I mean, Lafayette Brooks just jumped off the page. Reading about Julio Jones popped off the pages back in the days of newspapers. This is this thing they would send to your house, and you open it up and you read it. It was like a book, but it was on big sheets of paper. Kids, you got to check that out. Anyway, before I get into this this recruit, I want to remind you guys, please subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing over here. Try to have fun all the time. Subscribe. Let the algorithm know that you like what's going on, and hit that like button. Share it with friends. Tell everybody. Tell the Crimson Tide Nation I'm here for them all the time. And be sure to join me on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central. Now, that's how it works. I don't know why. Why do we say both of those? Either way, join me for my live show Around the Herd. We just have a good time. I celebrate all Crimson Tide athletics. I don't care. The ladies doing good in softball. If the guys keep it going in the NCAA, I'm with it. If they do bad and we need to take their lunch money and give it to the doggone gymnastics team, that's what we don't talk about doing. We don't care. We're about winning around here. Baseball team. Anyway, let's talk about one Maurice Mathis Jr. He's the one with the circle around him. Watch this. One thing I noticed about him, yeah, he gonna catch the ball, but one thing I noticed that his quarterback left some things to be desired. I saw this man catching so many passes running backwards. It's a good and a bad sign. He's running, and then he got to turn around, and he's waiting on the ball, but he's still trying to make it toward the end zone. It's crazy. Right here. Look at that. You see that? Right there. Back it up. Now go back and watch that. And he still beat that man. Sometimes the quarterback just off. I think he did it here on this play too. So he had to turn around. He had the man beat by like 3-4 steps, 12 feet. And guess what he's not gonna have to do at Alabama? Wait on the doggone ball. He's not gonna have to wait at all, not 1 minute, because somebody, I don't care who it is, Taken Cowell, preferred walk-on guy, who's 6'6", got a cannon on his shoulder, Keaton Russell, Austin Mack, somebody gonna hit this dude. Maurice Mathis Jr. is 6'1", 180+ pound wide receiver from Harris County High School, who just turned, to the Crimson Tide and say, yeah, I want some of that stuff over there. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a big problem for the rest of college football. He's committed immediately after receiving his offer. If I'm not mistaken, he's the first person that took. He's like, what? You with me? Yeah, give me some of that. More of that, please. Because when Alabama calls you, real players know you step up to the plate. I don't care. You may transfer later, but you got to take that off. And he took it. He took that offer and said, I'm going to run with this. I try to watch plays in between me, my soliloquy here. Let's see what he do on this one, so I can catch my breath. Wow, he got me excited. Where is he? Boom. Got a little hook. Oh, shake. Let's see. They got the angle on. They got the angle. They got him out. 5-yard line. I'll take it. His physical build is exactly what you want out of a modern slot receiver in the SEC. Lean, explosive frame. He can add more muscle. Don't do too much. 190, 195 of muscle is fine. But we don't want him to lose that top end speed. He got moves like a sprinter, and he changes direction on the dime. So we don't want to put too much stress on his knees. So he changed direction like he crossing you over like on a court, like a point guard. He has that ability. There he is again, turning around again. I guess you got to catch the ball though. But this is him out one-on-one. Is he gonna stay out? Oh, he's coming across the middle. His playing style is built on pure acceleration with the first step that creates instant separation and a second gear that makes defensive backs panic. He's a catch and go specialist. If somebody can hit this guy if you can hit him on the fly, you're probably not going to catch this guy. See he's jumping up. He got to do a doggone end zone corner catch on the 20-yard line because quarterback, he leave a lot to be. Look, he boom, he had to turn around again. Can't even throw to this guy, man. And he's still making the plays. These are, you won't call them bad balls, but they're not the best balls. You know what I'm saying? He's still making the play. There he is. Here we go again. Where we at? Speed. Whew. He takes those short routes and turn them into long touchdowns, take the long routes, and it just breaks the spirit of the teams that he's playing against. 2025 is, it was his breakout season because the 2024 film already showed that, he could take over games with his speed alone, but he didn't have the stats to go with it as much. He's the kind of receiver, man. He just makes defensive coordinators change their entire game plan just to keep him from getting a free release, but it don't matter. Of course, this guy's a multi-sport athlete with a multi-sport background. That shows up in his footwork, his body control, this, track level stride. He's efficient. He got a basketball style, there's spatial awareness there. He knows how to get separation. Oh, they used to, he does a lot of, they do a stack formation, kind of remind me of Willie Totten down there with Jerry Rice at Mississippi Valley State. Y'all don't know about that. Them dudes just stack 3-4 wide receivers together and guess who's catching the ball, what they used to play. They used to throw that thing around. Now, he has So he can stack defenders, he can elevate in traffic, and he can outrun everyone on the field. And, you know, you're dealing with a future SEC problem, and we absolutely love that. Yeah. We like that. This guy could be a year one contributor to the special teams. We don't know because people have to fight to get on this field now. They're going to have to fight. It ain't going to be easy to get on the field with all the receiving talent we got. You know, his accolades are stacking up. You know, one of the fastest rising receivers in the Southeast. He became a priority target of multiple schools. He had committed to Sanford. Only thing I know about Sanford football is Terry Bowden coached there for about a couple years. Well after he had left little brother on the side. He go deep. He going deep. Still, the ball's a little behind him, but he found that ball. Sanford, he committed to Sanford. This guy was going to Sanford. Now he's going to Alabama. Y'all wondering why? Because that's why the moment Alabama offered him, he was like, yeah, check please, I'm done. The positive of his game started with his speed. It's elite even by SEC standards. His route running is more polished than most of the 2026 receivers. He tracks the ball like a veteran who has body control. He's able to adjust midair without losing balance, and that's real important. And take it from me, I used to be a pole dancer. That was a joke. Areas of improvement, you know, physical development. He gonna work with a top-notch staff. They gonna deal with all that. He always can add to your strength because, you know, these guys gonna be a little handsy in the SEC. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be a little handsy. You gotta have that strength to handle that press coverage, and you're gonna improve on his release package. Because I'm sure as soon as he get to practice, Dijon Lee at 6'5" is gonna jam him right to his knees. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, vet. I'm about to take you, vet. Oh, are we praying now or what? You know what I'm saying? So he got to work on that, how to get his release. Hopefully, Ryan Coleman Williams, being the leader that he's grown into being, can get him straight on that. Get him real straight on that. Oh, they gave the ball off. The quarterback got destroyed, and this man scored a touchdown. Backed it up. Watch that play again. Watch all these plays again. There he is out here. He's give and go. Stop and go. The ball is not like, it's not like he's running wide open. He's catching contested balls, which I love because he's going to have a lot of balls contested in the SEC. There again. Now that ball was pretty good because he put it right in between two defenders. He's in the backfield lining up on this play. Short one. Let's turn it into a long one. Uh-oh. I thought he had him. He got him eventually, but I thought he had him on that first tackle. He's going to be adding, more strength and talk about the release and all that stuff. But those are the easiest things to fix. You got to work on something to get better. Even Julio Jones didn't come there totally SEC ready. But recruiting analysts have been clear that Mathis is a massive get for Alabama, especially with the receiver room needing to add more depth. I'm talking about these guys. We've added people that are ready to play. And that's really to push the guys that stayed behind and let them know, like, we just not putting y'all on the field because y'all committed. Got Noah Rogers coming in for NC State. You got Sedarian Morgan coming in. You got this guy, Mathis Jr. coming in. These good boys want to play, so they're going to push Rico Scott, push Ryan Coleman Williams to be the best they can be. Make sure that you're in front of me because you're supposed to be out there. You know what I mean? You know, this class is already featuring Sedarian Morgan, and it's another receiver coming up I'm going to talk about this. Hey, he has a lot to give as well. Together, they give the Tide like some dynamic weapons who can stretch the field and break defenses. This just on the pass game. But when that elusive run game comes back to Alabama that's been missing for 2 years, really, Milroe, give or take, if you like your running back, I don't really like my quarterback running that much, but I understand he's trying to get over. When that comes back, I know the haters just say, hey, y'all ain't gonna be able to run the ball. You keep thinking that, haters. You keep thinking that. I wish the best for you. Vegas is thinking the same thing. But just if Alabama figures out how to run the ball more than 103 yards a game, if we increase that to about 140, y'all in trouble. The whole world in trouble. I'm here to tell you. But he brings to Alabama a very special set of true vertical threat who can win at all three levels with the speed to take the top off and the agility to turn an underneath route in the chunk plays. Now, you know, Ryan Grove and them, they love them doggone jet sweeps. They ain't my favorite. I hope they can go to more fake jet sweep, then toss it to them. Cause Lacia Brooks, they should be out here in the first, second, third level making plays. All that stuff in here. Let's let the running backs handle that. But this guy, Maurice Mathis, is the kind of player who makes quarterbacks look better and defenses look slower. And that's going to help our first year starting quarterback, whoever it may be. I'm thinking Austin Mack, but it could be Keelan Russell. And with him expected, you're going to be an early enrollee, man, he's going to be in the Tide system enough maybe to garner some freshman time, contribute or some minutes so he can be a contributor as a freshman. And if that happens, the rest of the SEC just going to be sick. This is the kind of commitment that reminds everyone in Alabama, they still on Alabama running the trail, man. I mean, consistently in the top 5, controlling the Southeast, still stacking up speed like nowhere else in the country. I don't think y'all understand what kind of speed and just playmaking ability and agility we've added over the last several years. It almost reminds me of having our guys, that little run we went on right with Waddle and I can't think of all these people's names. Ruggs, and just leading up to my man that was out there that said that was Philadelphia. I mean, it's just, we got a lot of guys who are supposed to do a lot of things in college football, and I'm looking forward to seeing them doing it. Only thing, that's left to be decided is when he puts on his crimson uniform, what numbers is he gonna wear? Because everything else is already decided. I mean, this thing is set up for this guy to be great. We need a replacement for Jeremy Bernard. Who is it going to be? I think it's going to be Rico Scott. I think it's going to be definitely Ryan Coleman Williams. But we have to think beyond that. That's what these videos are about. How does this look 2-3 years down the line? Really 2. I think we got some guys coming in that can contribute. I am in love with what Coach DeBoer is doing here in recruiting. I'm not in love with the lack of running, but I think we're going to be all right, folks. We're going to be all right. Man, this guy, watch one more play. Going deep, going inside, getting the ball, spinning, tough. Take a whole team to get him down. Will they ever get him down to the ground? Nope, Wilson. Wow. I'm just saying. And he needs to get stronger. I know. They're going to make him stronger. How about that? They're going to make him stronger. Yeah, he catches the ball. His quarterback, he did too much standing still to be catching balls. He did too much standing still to be catching balls, but that's not what he's going to be doing around at University of Alabama. He's going to be catching at least half of his balls. He's going to be on the move, which is what we need to be great. I love it. I hope you love it. Until next time, always remember, roll, tide, roll.
Some players are born, some players are made, but only a chosen few survive the fire and walk out carrying legendary DNA. Welcome to the lineage where the blood remembers. You can't fake this grind, can't cheat this test. Can't hide from the tide when it's time to impress. This ain't hype, this is blood, sweat, and scars. This is fighting through darkness to outshine the stars. Every drill is a war, every rep is a fight. Every weakness exposed under briny lights. Yeah, Tramel toughness, Jordan's rage. Neighbors carved history page by page. Mammoth swagger, Perkins speed, crowd stood
tall when the world took heed. Oh, you'll be damned, Sheely led. This is where legends break bread with the dead.
Legendary DNA, running through the tide. You can't outrun it, can't step aside. If you want the honor, better earn your stay. Only warriors carry legendary DNA. Legendary DNA. Legendary DNA. Legendary DNA.
Cornelius Bennett, thunderstrike. He chased Miami down the field that night. Alexander ran like a runaway train. Henry stiff arm fate and inflicted pure pain. Smitty sword, Bryce Young blessed. Every era asked the same thing. Who's next?
You'll bleed in the dark before you shine in the light. You'll break in the morning before you rise at night.
Coaches cussed, trainers pushed out attacks. But the tide don't fold, the tide fights back. This is where fear gets crushed and buried. Where the weight of the past must be carried.
Last.
Julio's power, Amory's glide. Ridley's cuts left corners fried. Quinn's havoc, Allen's might. Will Anderson ending the night. This is the altar where warriors pray. This is a tight sports. Create